Georgia the jungle, swing from tree to tree. Dang it, that's the second time I made that Georgia the jungle reference right now. What am I doing? This isn't Georgia the jungle. If you guys don't know, I'm doing a second look review of Tarzan. Yes, as you remember, I covered this film before on DVD a few months back. Or probably a month ago. I lost track of time. And well, this is one of many VHS tapes that I got 2 days ago. And well, I did promise you guys I'll do a second look review of this movie, and well, I sure am. So as usual, you pretty much know what to expect from these type of second look, aka revisit edition reviews. But in case you need a little bit of a recap, which I wouldn't blame ya. Wild with exotic adventures and packing an impressive cargo of laughs, thrills, and wonders, Disney's Tarzan is a magnificent adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' classic story of the Ape Man. Yeah, I think I also mentioned how this is based on a book of the same name. Deep within the African jungle, a mama gorilla named an orphan baby boy Tarzan and adopts him as her own. Even though the silverback leader Kerchak shuns the hairless wonder, growing up alongside his wise-cracking ape-bodied Turk and a neurotic elephant pal Tantor, Tarzan develops all the instincts and powers prowls of a jungle animal, surfing and swinging through the trees at lightning speed. But with the sudden appearance of Tarzan's own kind, including the beautiful Jane, two worlds are about to become numero uno. Driven by 5 powerful songs written and performed by pop superstar Phil Collins and starring the voice talents of Minnie Driver, Glenn Close, and the hilarious Rosie O'Donnell, Disney's Tarzan delivers incredible adventure as well as an important reminders of acceptance and family. So after giving this one its second look, aka revisit edition treatment, Disney's Tarzan is still fantastic. I'm probably gonna repeat myself in the second look, aka revisit edition. Disney's Tarzan still has great writing, great music, a fantastic story with a beginning, middle, and end, wonderful characters, and it does have some fantastic voice acting as well. I mean, seriously, I honestly can't think of anyone who would probably hate this movie. Maybe to most people, it's probably not like one of their favorite movies of all time. Which, to be fair, I can respect that. But honestly, I really do think Tarzan is a great movie. I probably pointed this out in my original review of this movie, but I do like how Tarzan is trying his best to fit in with his new family after his real family was sadly, well, spoiler alert, got killed by a cheetah. Man, it was so... Man, because, well, right the first few minutes, the movie doesn't shy away from being very, very intense and dramatic right off the bat. I mean, if J.J. Jennings of Dead Meat ever does a kill count of this movie, I'm pretty sure he will end up tallying up all the kills in this movie. I mean, yeah, covering animated movies is usually not his thing, but you never know. It could happen at some point. But aside from that, it's a good thing Colin managed to find Tarzan as a little baby and managed to save his life from that cheetah before he becomes a cheetah snack. Ugh. Because that probably would have been gruesome, and the movie would have instantly been over in like a few minutes. Because I guess it would have been like a very, very, very short film, if you know what I mean. You can really appreciate how the filmmakers did their best to make sure it stays true to the original eight-man book. Even though, to be fair, I didn't actually read the book growing up because, well, I think I said this before and I'll say it again. I probably didn't know that it was a thing until I was much older. And hey, we all gotta learn something. I really do like the side characters in this movie. And mainly Turk and Tantor. I mean, whatever these two are on screen, sometimes I would get a little bit of a chuckle out of them. I mean, they're kind of like the Three Stooges minus one, and they're like animals. Especially Tantor, voiced by Wayne Knight, and Rosie O'Donnell being the voice of Turk. Now, I have been familiar with Wayne Knight's film and TV career for a while now. He was Newman in Seinfeld. He voiced Emperor Zurg from Buzz Lightyear Star Command, as well as Al from Toy Story 2. And he even voiced the amazing Krusty in Scooby-Doo, the Goblin King. Now for Rosie O'Donnell, I'm sort of behind on her film career. I mean, I know that she was in this, Elmo Palooza, and the first live-action Flintstones movie. And I think she was a talk show host at some point. And I guess the reason why I probably don't even talk about her that much is because, well, I guess based on certain videos about Rosie O'Donnell, she has been a little bit controversial, if I say. I mean, if you look at various videos about Rosie O'Donnell being controversial, you'll probably know why. You'll probably know why. Oh boy. And I really do it like the villain, Clayton. I mean, he would do anything in his power to find these gorillas and capture them for his own game. Probably sell them to the highest bidder somewhere in England. Ugh. I probably said this before in my original review. And you can tell that Tarzan and its friends really did their best to try to fight off Clayton and his crew of mutiny bandits. Yeah, Clayton really betrayed everybody. And I guess Tarzan felt like such a fool for leading him to the gorillas. Even though, to be fair, Tarzan didn't even know what was going to happen. Which, honestly, I don't blame him, since he did grow up in the jungle for who knows how many years. And let's just say that, well, spoiler alert, since this is a second look revisit edition video, let's just say that Clayton met his demise in a Vine-related accident. Okay, you guys probably want me to tell you what happened to him, since even though you probably know what happens in the movie. Let's just say that instant karma happened when Clayton was trying to cut his way through the vines during the ending. Let's just say that he actually fell to his demise and got hung to death. Yes. I mean, you probably don't even see his body, but the lightning flash shows his shadowy corpse hanging from the vines. I mean, holy hot dang! What a way to die, if you know what I mean. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, Clayton pretty much deserved it, but still. I might have mentioned this before in my original review, but still. Seeing Clayton get hung to death by a bunch of vines during the big battle is pretty gruesome. I think the nostalgia critic pointed this out when he reviewed this movie, as well as It's Totally Cody when he reacted to this movie a while back. And dang, I honestly don't blame the two of them for being bewildered and shocked about Clayton getting hung to death in this movie. I'll probably leave a link to the videos in the description down below for you guys to check it out, so that way you get their opinion on this. Oh yeah. Now Tarzan has become a bit has spawned like 2 sequels, an animated series. Tantor made 2 cameos in House of Mouse, and Tarzan and his pals appeared in Disney's Once Upon a Studio short film, which was a short film to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney. Who knew that Tarzan had a bit of an interesting legacy over the years? Okay, I know I already mentioned this in my original review, so I guess you guys didn't need to be reminded. And on the VHS tape, it does contain some bonus features, as you see here on screen. Strangers Like Me music video and Trash Can recording session. So anyways, Walt Disney's Tarzan is still fantastic, and I'm glad I gave it a second look review, since it pretty much deserves it. I might end up rewatching it several more times on VHS or on DVD at some point, depending on what I'm doing. So thank you guys so much for checking out this second look review, aka revisit edition of Disney's Tarzan. And you know, this might be a little bit far-fetched, but it would be pretty cool if we had like a crossover between Tarzan and George of the Jungle. I mean, yeah, I know that will never ever happen, which you are right. But how cool would it have been if we had a Tarzan, George of the Jungle crossover? I mean, sometimes you never know what could happen. So I'll give this movie 5 bananas out of 5.